Pastor Matthew Malden here, 505 Church. This is Pastor Patrick Kiberich of the Good Shepherd Foundation. We're here in Uganda. It's been an awesome time. We were here for a camp. But I wanted to take the time. You can't appreciate this full facility unless you walk around. It's amazing what God has done here just this week, but it's amazing what God has done from the very beginning. So I'm going to take you back to the beginning and let Pastor Patrick explain the significance of this tree and how his life began with this ministry.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Good Shepherd down here in Uganda. Patrick over here. Right here where we're standing behind this tree, this is where the vision of this ministry began. Under a tree with 30 children gathered down to study. And this is when the Lord came to me and showed me that it will not stop from under the tree, but the ministry has expanded. As we speak right now, you can see, right, those are the permanent classrooms. That is what God has done. We preach the gospel to students and the community. And through this, we have constructed a high school and a medical clinic and a chapel. We work with pastors. We planted more than 4 churches, and we're seeing the hand of God. We're really happy to see Pastor Matthew. You know, we met in New Mexico. I invited him over to come to Uganda, and he has been a huge blessing in our camp, which we've just finished. We've seen the hand of God. We've seen people coming to Christ, people getting healed, and great testimony. One gentleman gave a testimony that he had lost contact with the daughter 2 months. The daughter was 2 months old, and through this conference we just finished, God reconnected them when the daughter is 23 years old and even having a child. So it has really been a great time, and we appreciate God for Pastor Matthew and the ministry back in New Mexico, United States. Thank you very much for sending him over to Africa.
I want to ask one thing though. So he talked about it starting here, but how old were you?
When I started, I was 20 years.
Okay, and so how did that come to be? You became a Christian at how old?
I became a Christian when I was 15. This was bittersweet, I would say. The bitter side of it was my dad chased me out of the house, but the sweet side of it is I had made the best decision somebody can make in this life.
So what led you to actually help these kids? Like, it started here, but how did this come to be?
When I was 16, with the local church that I was part of, we made a mission trip from the city. We came over to this village, and man, when I reached this village, I felt like I had much to offer because the children didn't have a school, putting on rags, you know, it was a hopeless, like nothing. There was no hope. So I felt the Lord calling me and touching me to come and bring hope into the community.
And he's done that. If you walk around here, you see these kids filled with hope, pastors filled with hope. He may downplay it, but what's happened here, he's actually got some great administration gifts. He's building up pastors. He's getting them to come together. These ministries all feel helped and a part of what he's doing here. These kids have hope. One of the things I want to explain to you is I met these Kenyan girls very early on, and their schooling is so important. It's not like America. America, we get free schooling and we don't really do much with it. The majority of kids here, their whole life depends on them finishing school, and they have to pay for it. They have to pay everywhere for their school because they don't just go operate under government money. So it's very important they get that. I met a number of kids. I was around about 20 kids last night, and they had dreams of being lawyers, doctors, surgeons, engineers. These are the potential opportunities that they can have. And because they've grown up in poverty, they have a great desire and they will do something with it. So I want to say this. There are some of these kids that were very sad. It's roughly $500 I found out for a kid for a year. And this keeps their dreams alive, and they're very broken if they're afraid that they won't be able to make it. And so I just want to encourage you, first of all, Americans, these kids have a desire to make something with their life, and they're going to make good grades, and if they can finish school, they will make something of their lives. So I want to challenge all you American kids to do something with your life. But Americans, I also want to say, your money can go a long way to help one kid here. And so God bless you. Thanks for listening to us. I have a whole lot more to say about what's happened not only here, but Pastor Patrick took me to go preach a crusade somewhere. Incredible things happening there too. We'll catch up on some of that later, but I wanted you to know the man behind the vision, first of all.
Love you all.